The Uganda People's Defense Forces UPDF Engineering Brigade has successfully completed the construction of the modern vendors market in Kilumba A, Butego Parish, Nyendo Mukungwe Sub-County in Masaka City. The market, spearheaded by Warrant Officer 1 Kasol Stephen Jagenda, is a major infrastructure development project aimed at fostering local economic growth and improving the livelihoods of communities in Greater Masaka districts.
My name is Warrant Officer 1 Kasol Stephen Jagenda. I've been working as the site engineer of this project. We've been constructing a 20 stalls market for the people in Saza area. You'll find that we came up with a project, our bosses, in commemoration of the 44 years Tarehe Sita, which we call Tarehe Sita, to celebrate and give back to the public. Mainly, this was proposed by the community. Having identified some requirements for the market, we constructed for them this building, which houses 20 stalls. When you look at the scope, we had to demolish away the temporary structures which we found, and after demolishing them away, we set up the structure that is setting out. We had the foundation. We did the foundation, which included the plinth wall, the hardcore feeding, the back feeding of malam, and the oversight slab. Then after the oversight slab, we worked on the stalls. That's now the partitioning of each stalls, of which we did, and we had to put up the columns, that is the metallic poles, and we did the roofing. We did plastering around and beautification, that is maybe that is the finishes with the paint. And on the 5th of Feb, we had to hand it over, and it was the minister, the State Minister for Defense, Honorable Hindu, who handed it over to the end user. That is, you find that mainly the market houses the ladies, so they are so happy, and thanked so much our President, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who is promoting the welfare of the public and Uganda at large. When you look at the challenges we found, we have not met so many challenges. However, at the start we had some issues. We found out that there are some issues on the land. So to identify the exact location of the structure, it wasn't easy. We had to wait for the leaders to come up with a safe location, because some people were claiming for the land and so on. However, I managed to get a better place, which is we settled our structure. The place was okay. We had a lot of cooperation with the public, mainly the people around loved us and supported us. We thank them so much for having supported us up to the end. Thank you so much.
This new market is set to enhance the trading experience for vendors and customers by providing a clean, safe and organized environment for buying and selling goods.
Nsanyuse nnyo aba UBS okujja ku wano katale kaffe. Erinnya lyange nze Kabuye Oliver. Nkola nga chairperson mu katale kano akasaza market. Akatale kano kava eri ku ssaza, twali ku ssaza, kati kusazanga wafunda, kakati ne batuwa wano. Kati wano we batuwa tuli mu area ya Kilumba, tuli mu erosi ya Kilumba. Kati akatale kano tukayita Kilumba saza market. Kati ntuse okwebaza kwange eri gavumenti eyatuyambye ne tuzimbira ku midaala emirungi, era gavumenti nenjebaza okutuwa aba UPDF abasobola okolagana obulungi naffe, okolagana naffe abantu aba bulijjo si kyangu, tubale tukolagana nabo bulungi nnyo. Tubadde ne yingini yaffe oyo Kasozi nga mulungi nnyo, tubadde n'abantu nga tulinga abatalina bajaasi, nga balinga tuline bannyinaffe, era ekyo pulezidenti ekimwebaza kubanga nze abajaasi nali mbatya nnyo, ne bano tubadde nabo oba omulembe guno tebatiika balinga ddala nga ffe, bakolaganika nabo. Akatale kano bakatuwa wano ndooza abantu twatandika na akatale 2.5 ne tujja wano paka kati, era kati kyensaba gavumenti etuyambeko. Akatale bakatuwadde nempaako emidaala abantu 20 gye batuwadde, nefunayo ndooza n'omuntu omu atafunye mudaala n'ayomba paka kati, era mukambwe ennyo gye ndi.
We find that the usual projects we've been undertaking, these have been projects mainly by ministries and UPDF at large. However, this one is like giving back to the public. Giving back to the public, what I mean is we come up because we are celebrating today's Sita, as Army, we come up to look at the issues of the public and see how we can handle them. We can alleviate certain problems. Now, like when you look at this market, we found out that these people were using temporary structures. So because of those issues, we try to put up some simple structure which is at least permanent, as you can see, to see that at least their environment can be improved from where they work from. It can be improved, and other structures like hospitals, schools have been set up in various places to see that the public can benefit from the army.
The Uganda People's Defence Forces Engineering Brigade continues to demonstrate its capabilities in undertaking various construction projects across the country, this contributing to Uganda's development and growth.
Nsaba akatale kano ttaka lyaffe likyali ddene, badde nsaba bongere batuzimbire katale kano buli muntu asobola okufunamu omudaala, kubanga ndowooza abantu nga 85 abatafunye emidaala, abali obubi obudaala obubi, kubanga twafunyeko 2 gokka. Era dde nsaba gavumenti etuyambe yongere tuzimbirayo emidaala emirala, n'abo 85 basobole okufuna buli muntu omudaala, tunyirire naffe tubeere bulungi. Nensaba ne gavumenti etuyambe akatale kano ekatusibire, kubanga akatale kano kali mu kitanga kyangala bwe kiti, buli wamu omubbi ayitawo. Kati ekiro omusajja omusirikale yasuuza ngamba babbi wana gwe yasuuzizaawo ensawo y'amanda. Mbadde nsaba bane baba bakasibye nga tutaddeko geeti, kiba kyangu okukuumako ku bubbi. Ne wano buli muntu wayagala wayita, omubbi ajja n'ayingira n'agwa awantu ne yeebaka n'asirika. Omusirikale abamu abagwako bugwi ng'oli ali wansi mu mudaala. Mbadde nsaba tusibire akatale kano, era ne gavumenti njebaza bwe yatuwadde emidaala giri, batusuubiza n'okutuwa tanka 2 zibagenda otuwa ez'amazzi, era mbeebaza, beebale nnyo, beebalire ddala. Era nsaba kubali twali tubonaabona nnyo ne kasasiro nga tebamuyoolawo. Badde nsaba era kumpi oba buli mwezi babe kasasiro oyo babeere nga bamunona, nga bamutujjako. Nekirabika ne tawuni kiraka gwe twafunye alabika mwami mulungi, kubanga bwe yatuuse wano kasasiro n'amulaba yakubiddewo essimu, kasasiro ne bamunona. Ekibadde tekiriiwo, buli badde bagayava babaddewo. Nono alabika gwe twafunye naye alabika ajja kuba muntu mulungi, mukozi mulungi. Naye mwebaza kye yakoze, era nsaba ayongere mu maaso. Badde mbonabonya nnyo ne tooyi wali ng'ejjula n'evulula. Naye ono gwe twafunye yakikozeeko mangu nnyo n'ansanyusa. Era mwebaza, yeebale nnyo, yeebalire ddala. Singa bakulembeze bonna bakola batyo. Nesaba gavumenti yo etuyambire ddala, etuzimbire emidaala gino naffe akatale kaffe ak'okusaza kano Kilumba market nako tubeereko ak'omutindo ng'ak'e Masaka, ng'ak'omunyendo, naffe kye tusaba.
Warrant Officer 1 Castle Stephen Jagenda's dedication to excellence and commitment, community development have been pivotal in delivering a facility that will significantly improve the daily lives of vendors in Masaka City.
The scope, according to the scope, the material mainly required was local material, which we are buying around to see that we can also support the local people around. Because when you look at generally the whole structure, apart from the industrial material, that is the iron sheets and the pole and the cement, then the other material we are sourcing it around the public. And the project mainly, it was estimated for 40 millions to finish the whole project. The timeline, having wanted to celebrate it for Terehe Sita, because we started the project in December and we wanted to ensure that by Terehe Sita the project is done. So we actually given around 1 month, 1.5. So we had to finish this project in, that is around 6 weeks, sorry, of which we managed to catch up with time and we finished by the time we were targeting.
Bakulu nsanyuse nnyo amanya Kabito Vincent nga nze ssentebe w'ekyalo Kilumba ekisangibwa mu muluka gw'e Butego mu ggombolola ya Nnyendo Mukungwe mu Masaka City. Twagala okwebaza ennyo nnyini ddala gavumenti yaffe naddala ekitongole eky'amagye ekyatukoledde omulimu omulungi ne kitukolera emidaala 20 egiri ku mulembe. Twebaliza ddala kubanga naye kyatulese mu suspense, abantu bali wano eŋŋomi zivuga bonna baagala midaala gifaanana gityo. So twagala okusaba gavumenti eyongere okutulowoozaako okutuzimbira akatale kano kasobole konna okufuna emidaala emirungi. Twagala okwebaza pulezidenti waffe olw'okutukolera omukwano gw'amagye, kuba kati ab'amagye ekyamazima tutambula nabo nga baganda baffe, nga bannyinaffe, nga bakadde baffe abatalina kugamba nti bw'omusango ojja kumudduka omutwale ng'empologoma. Tukyebaza ekyo, tukyebaliza ddala. Akatale kaffe midaala egyazimbiddwa gyaleetedde akatale kaffe okulabika obulungi, naye tusaba kutwongerako. Abasuubuzi balimu nga 10 n'okusoba, so tusaba gavumenti etuyambe etwongereyo ku midaala abantu abo bonna basobole okuggweera ewantu ewalungi n'okuwona enkuba.
His efforts reflect the Uganda People's Defence Forces' broader role in supporting national development beyond military operations, actively engaging in community service and infrastructure projects. The newly constructed market is also a manifestation of the government's inclusive policies aimed at empowering vulnerable populations, especially women, many of whom are single mothers.
For about the challenges, we didn't make so many challenges, having found these people when they're actually in need of the structure. So they gave us a lot of support. The public loved us. They are directing us where to get the best material, because we needed some better material, I mean the local material. So they helped us a lot. Apart from the few challenges which we got at the start, having found out that the land had some issues about the ownership. But later on, it was cleared and the ownership was declared to be for the end users. So they gave us a better place where they wanted the structure, and we set up the structure for the start. We according to when we are designing, we look at the end user, the one who is going to use the structure. We first consider, we get the ideas from the end users. Then after getting the ideas, on conceiving the ideas, we try to develop the ideas to see that they can fit in the interest of the end user. So there's a team which did recce, which came first, that was around October. It came and had an interview with the end user, the local people in the market, that is the vendors who are working. So they got their ideas, how they wanted the market and what they wanted basically. So they came back, having collected the information, they came back in design and we made the design to suit their interests. So from the design, we came back again and settled with them to show them whether what we've come up with is what they wanted. So on agreeing what they wanted, that's when we started the project. For the sanitation facilities, first of all, when I talk about the structure as it is, we have the stalls. For example, the stalls, each stall is housing a cubicle down, which is acting as a store, and it has a locker. It has a shutter and someone can put a padlock. Then the top part is like a worktop. That worktop is for displaying their groceries, as you can see. Then the whole structure is covered and it has small burglary shutters for security purposes. For the other part, we are planning to put up some rainwater harvesting. We had done the structure, but at the time we identified that actually they needed some water around to do rainwater harvesting. So we are planning to do some harvesting within a week to provide for them some 2 tanks to help them on the water, because they have a sanitation toilet there, a washroom. However, they need some water to keep around for their hygiene.
By providing these individuals with a conducive environment for economic activities, the government is promoting gender equality, economic empowerment, and social justice, all of which contribute to Uganda's development goals.
Enkulaakulana ezze mu kitundu kino ejja kutuyamba kuba kana akatale ka Muluka Mulamba. Omuluka gulina ebyalo 7 byonna bigula wano ebikozesebwa. Kitegeeza nti katale kanene ate kalina abantu bangi ddala. N'olwekyo tusaba mukama waffe gavumenti, mukama waffe ba ministers mutuyambe mube nga mutwongera tulowoozaako. Twagala okwebaza okutwalira ewamu tulabanga kaakati naffe tutandise okujja ku mutindo. Tubulamu bubuzi katono kutwongerako tulabike nga tutereera. Abasuubuzi bano abakatale bakomplaininga ku lwa bubbi obubatawaanya. Tusaba bakama baffe okutuyamba tusobole okutusibirawo ekisenge kituyambe okutangira n'okutaakiriza ku babbi ababatawaanya mu kasente kaabwe ako ke bakozesa akatonotono babe nga basobola okukuuma essente yaabwe. Tusaba gavumenti, tusaba abakulembeze baffe town clerk mutuyambe tusobole okufuna ekisenge ekitusobozesa okubanga abantu bano balina security emala. Twagala okwebaza town clerk gwe batuwadde kyamazima yatulaze nti amaanyi weegali era ayina byayogeddeko era yakkiriza tutegeezeza nti wiki etandika asayininga ssente z'ekyapa ky'akatale kano. Yagambye ebyapa 2 Katwe ne wano. So tujja kweyanza nnyo nnyini ddala ng'ekyapa ekyo kizze tumanye nti ddala abantu baffe batudde bakolera ewantu awatali kubataataaganya. Awo no wetusabira gavumenti okusitukiramu etuyambe ejje ezimbe yongere tuzimbe tuyongereyo emidaala. Wakiri singa tufunayo portions endala nga 3 abantu bano tukakasa nti bajja kuba baggwera mu bulungi okusobola okukolera ewantu ewalungi. Tweyanza kuba bamaama baffe be basingamu ate nga balabirira abaana n'embeera bwe mugiraba nti abazadde abakyala be basinga ennyo olwaleero okubanga balina abaana okutwalira ewamu. Bambi tusaba obuyambi obwo ate twebaza gavumenti kubanga ezeesitula abakyala okubalaga ekyokukola. Tuli babadde babeera waka nga batuula butuuzi naye olaba kati olwaleero nti buli mukyala afaayo bakazikazi beezimbidde bakoze batya. So tukyebaza gavumenti olw'ekyo kyereese okulabika nga tufuna okuyambagana mu maka gaffe. Mukyala bw'abeera nga ku mudaala naayiyayo 15,000 nange nendeetayo omutwalo kitegeeza tulina enkulaakulana ekola ki eyeyongerako. Tweyanziza nnyo tweyanzeege.
Kilumba A Zone Market serves vendors from 7 parishes, but the facility is already facing challenges in accommodating the growing number of traders. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has long advocated for markets as a starting point for low-income earners looking to learn the basics of business, allowing them to grow their enterprises over time.
People have been looking at the market as a local thing. However, now people are recognizing it as a standard market. So it will bring up many people from different areas, which will improve on their income. Then another part, their working environment. Their working environment is improved. It is at least now better. It is away from, it has a shelter which is preventing them from rain, the sunshine. So that is only improving their well-being. Then another less part about the benefit. These people are getting the society, that is coordination with the society. Many people didn't know that this market existed. So people have been alerted and got to know that the market is now working and operating. So I think this is also attracting and improving on their incomes.
Local leaders have emphasized the significant role of the Uganda People's Defence Forces Engineering Brigade in national development beyond its military duties. The community in Masaka City has expressed gratitude for the government's efforts, particularly Engineering Brigade, for the construction of the market, which they believe will boost local economic growth and improve the livelihoods of Masaka communities.
For our works which we do mainly these terrace projects, we work and give back to the public. So when we hand over our projects, it means that because these are usually public projects, so the leaders themselves, we hand them over and advise them to do what we call routine maintenance to ensure that the structure is kept in its substantial state. So I'm calling upon the end user to do or to mobilize themselves to do some maintenance on the structure, because us, when you do, we might not be able to come back again to maintain. We shall be going to other areas, because even other areas shall need to benefit from terrace sitter. We've added the rainwater harvesting, which wasn't there on the scope, because when you reach in the field, we identified that we shall construct the structure and put it up. However, these people need some water for mainly hand washing and other cleanness around, sweeping and mopping the floor. So we are planning to add up that as out of scope work to try to alleviate the issues of like epidemics, mainly these waterborne diseases. The projects for today's study have been many. Mainly, having told you that we've been trying to see that we can help the public to support them, we've been mainly taking works under health, education, and social well-being of the public. Now, like the way you're seeing the market, to improve their social well-being. Then about the education, we've been trying to do the schools. You find that some schools have benefited. We've been constructing the 2 classroom block. Then for health, we've been improving hospitals around Masaka region, construct for them OPDs, stores, pharmacies, and repairs and maintenance, or what we call rehabilitation, to the hospitals.
The new market is part of the broader government initiative to redevelop and manage markets in the country. Under this initiative, the government has agreed not to sell markets to investors, but to allow sitting vendors to redevelop the facilities on condition that they can mobilize the necessary funds for modern construction.
I've been working mainly in the buildings. First of all, I first worked under the presidential pledge department, where we used to construct the presidential pledges. I've constructed many housings for which president has been pledging to different people. I've worked on many structures. That has improved my works. And then I've worked as the maintenance engineer for about now 7 years in Bombo Land Force Headquarters. So that also, I've got an experience in asset management, that is routine maintenance and rehabilitation. It has also improved on that part of the asset management. Then the other part is what we call the storage buildings. I've also tried to benefit a lot in terms of experience in constructing the storage buildings, thanks a lot to the UPDF community, which has supported me up to this level.
Have welcomed us very well. Where we don't have enough personnel, we are recruiting from the general population. They have really welcomed us. Imagine doing all these projects, almost 400, and you have not experienced the theft, even one bag of cement. That means the cooperation of the Wananchi has been very. So we want to make sure that we want to appeal to the people to keep cooperating, because these are your infrastructure. These are these schools you are building are yours. Then we want also to appeal to the end users there, the headmasters, the medical officers who are using this infrastructure. Please, these are your buildings. Ensure that you keep them very well, because if the building, for example, if the school building is not maintained well and starts leaking because of of vandalism, it is you who is going to lose. And even the general public there, make sure that you put pressure on the administrators of these schools and hospitals to ensure that they maintain these facilities, because it is easy to get those facilities and it is easy to run them down. And you, the wananchi, at the end of the day, you are the losers. Let's have the spirit of ownership of these government projects.
This market is just one of the many projects being rolled out across the country. The government handed over the key development in Masaka city, including historical monument, a 2-classroom block, 3,650 books, 3 mattresses, a delivery bed, 220 reflector jackets, mobile dustbins, toilets, and a water tank.
End user, the only thing I maybe need to tell them is to ensure that they take the property, they manage it well in proper manner, not to damage it or not to spoil it quickly. So I'm advising them to take care of the structure in a good way and maintain it well, because usually structure, it can take longer so long as it is maintained well. So I'm advising them to maintain it well. They do routine maintenance around so that it can stay for a longer period. My last message, I'm sending it to the people we found in Saza. These people are so cooperative and they supported us a lot. I thank them so much for having supported us and enabled us to conclude the project in good terms, and all people are happy. We thank them for having appreciated and welcomed us. Then the last message is to thank our President, His Excellency, General Kaguta Museveni. He has recognized us as Army and organized us. Because we used to be disorganized, but we realize that now the Army is organized, and more so for us the professionals. He has organized us and grouped us well, that we have work and we are doing nice work. So thanks to him for mobilizing us.
To thank very much His Excellency the President of Uganda, who gave us this opportunity to undertake government projects. This has, apart from doing those works, it has given experience to our personnel as individuals, and the UPDF Engineers Brigade has developed capacity in terms of experience to undertake the projects. Otherwise, we would have remained not experienced enough. Number 2 is we want to thank the Chief of Defense Forces and the Ministry of Defense for the numerous support, because without their support we wouldn't have done all this. So I want to thank them very much. I want also to thank the ministries, departments and agencies which we are working with. They are supporting us very well by giving us the resources and the supervision, because we can't supervise ourselves. Their supervision is the one which has enabled us to perform the projects we are doing. And we want to thank the entire government.
The government has commissioned markets in Soroti, Busia, Lugazi, Kasese, Tororo and Fort Portal as part of the effort to create better opportunities for vendors and improve the informal trade sector. As part of this initiative, vendors have been encouraged to use parish development model and the Myoga funds to increase their capital for investment, helping them expand their businesses. The government's focus on construction vendors markets aims to improve the livelihoods of informal traders by providing a designated and organized space for their activities. This also supports better hygiene and safety conditions, enhance tax collection, and contributes to the overall economic development of the country.
Uganda.